At this point in time, no one should ever wonder, question, or anything why I do YouTube. I just dawned on me because I'm smart. I know what my aunt's planning. No, it's not enough for her to take my mom away and have guardianship and conservatorship over mom and all that crap. She wants me in prison. I know what she's planning. She's gonna, and I just left urgent messages with my attorney who, you know what, this is such bullshit, okay? Okay, it is total bullshit. Even when Auntie turned over that $28,000 to us, okay? And you have to remember too, I'm my mom's living caregiver, but you know what? They're gonna, and even when she turned that over to us, she was like, yeah, it's, you know, it's in your hands now, whatever. And she's like, she joked, she's like, well, if you spend it all on organic food, then what? So what? You'll have to live on a budget, you know? No, this ain't flying, and my lawyer knows. He knows. So this ain't flying. My mom can't suddenly turn around because she's bitter and angry and hates me and say she took all my money, and they're going to try to say that I elder abuse, that I abused her, like, and financially exploited her and all this crap that's not true. Okay? Not my fault. My mom doesn't know what things cost, but fortunately for me, like I said, but it shouldn't even matter. This is bullshit, because my mom is not well at all. So to take anything she says is just bullshit. And I have tons of witnesses. Like I said, Selena would sign under oath that my mom wanted me to have everything. My mom was talking about selling her home and giving me half. She even said it right in front of the lawyer. Of course, we're not taking it seriously. And of course, when she's not in the room, I'm saying, yeah, you know, what can we do? And there's nothing wrong for her wanting to put her house in my name with, you know, the stipulation that she can live there. None of that was wrong. But then, whatever. And she's been discharged from these hospitals. Remember, discharged from these hospitals not in a good condition. So she's been getting worse and worse. Okay? The mom of the last few months, as I will tell my attorney, is not even remotely the mom that, with her blessing, ultimately gave me thousands of dollars, because remember, I got trapped there, to go and get all my stuff in LA. It wasn't a vacation. It was to get my poems and songs and journals and all this stuff that I was paying a monthly fee on and would have been doing indefinitely, so I could have closure. She has a $60,000 401k. That's to fall back on. You understand? So why would we have to watch every penny? It's none of anyone's business. You know what I mean? How is it anyone's business? Oh, you can say it's none of anyone's business unless your mom, who's going to believe that all she does is yell. It's bullshit. 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 And again, let me remind you, lest you think my aunt ever does anything out of the goodness of her heart. I don't even believe she cares about my mom. She certainly wasn't my mom's advocate. I'm going to be taping all of those messages. My mom's crying my eyes out to me, including things where she'll tell me, it might not be a message, that Auntie doesn't care, and Auntie hangs up on me, and, you know, it's just bullshit. I have all the back and forth texts where, Auntie, several months ago, you're a godsend to your mom. You've taken over the job of caring for your mom, protecting your mom. No. I have tons of people who know. Just because my mom decides she hates me now doesn't mean she can turn around and be believed when she's not well. No. My lawyer told the other lawyer when I was looking into, you know, guardianship, then I said, would I be able to get guardianship? He told her, he's like, I can see how much she loves her mom, so it ain't going to fly. It's not going to fly. It's just total bullshit. You know what I mean? It's total bullshit. So, whatever, you know? It just dawned on me, and I'm going to tell you why. I know what they're doing. I know what my aunt did. She went in and badmouthed me to these bank tellers. Yeah, and I'm sure they were thinking, God, she seems so nice and sweet, and talked about her dog and stuff, whatever. Her mom's locked up in a mental hospital. She took all her money. She's taken her pension, Social Security. I'm blocked from that other account, but my aunt kept my name on it. So how is that even possible? How is that even possible? It shouldn't be. No, my mom's bitter and angry and telling everyone I took all of her money. And then they have I yell at her. Unreal. Unreal. Like I said, I have people who know the truth, and it's just total bullshit. It's total bullshit. So to my friends, yeah, it's a good thing that I didn't run off. Auntie's not going to be sad. She wants to put me in prison. I know it. Unreal. Unfucking believable. We were living. And what did it matter? You know what I mean? What the fuck? See, that's what my aunt, it doesn't matter. You know, it's all going to, in the end, what did it matter? I mean, they're handing it over to my aunt and just conveniently forgetting that a couple years ago they were after her. They weren't after me. I was thrown in for good measure, you know, so they could say there's conflict in the family, or she's emotionally abusive to her mom, or whatnot. No, I know what they're planning, and that's what I'm telling you now. So when I can tell you that that's what's happened, I know what they're planning. They're joining forces. They're going to join forces, my aunt and the elder services, to make me out to be a monster. But fortunately for me, I have my mom's primary care physician. I have the people who send my mom off to these places. I have people around here, and I have my attorney who met my mom in person when we were trying to get the elder services off of our backs. Okay? Because when she's doing X, Y, and Z, she's not in her right frame of mind. That's why when the elder services came over here, she screamed at them at the top of my lungs, get the fuck out of away from my house, or whatever, you know? She could have talked to them if she wanted. She could have said, yeah, blah, blah, blah. No. Bullshit. This is such bullshit. This is bullshit, people. If my mom offers me money, or we're paying for the dogs, huge vet bills for the dogs we love, I have that woman too, okay? I don't have to think, oh, well, my mom's mentally ill, and 12 months from now, she might lie and say all this stuff that I took all of her money, and then I'll wind up in jail. You know, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. There's enough people in my life, including this fucking attorney who sat there and told the guardianship attorney, because I was saying, well, I don't know, when we have our pastor, whatnot, would they even make me guardian over my mom? And he's like, I don't see why not. And he's sitting there saying, I can see how much she loves and cares about her mother. I cried my eyes out in front of him when my mom suddenly decided she hated me and whatnot. It's just all bullshit, okay? Like I said, I can account for it all. I can account for it all. Yeah, I thought this would just, no, it doesn't apply to me. It doesn't matter what my mom wanted. It doesn't matter. Joint accounts, no, don't apply to me, because they're going to do this major thing against me, that I'm some kind of monster, that I financially exploited and abused my mother. I can tell you, that's what they're going to say. It's total bullshit. It's total fucking bullshit. But I know that's what they're planning. I know that's what they're planning. Unfucking believable. I have all the texts. I can show, you know. Unreal. See how smart I am? That's because my common sense tells me I can't be blocked from finding out about a joint account unless they're having this whole investigation on me or whatnot, and you know, I was told I could go in there in person, which I'm not going to do. Unreal. Fortunately for me, yeah, so what? Tons of people spend money. I can account for every penny. I have all the receipts. I can account for everything. I can account for everything. This wasn't a situation where, that's why it says about joint bank accounts, it's equal money. We did not have our money split up. That's why would my mom have taken her sister off and made me the healthcare proxy? Why would she have been telling all these hospitals how much she loves me and how wonderful I am and that I'm her healthcare proxy? No, and when I really wasn't. Why would she have done any of that? Who didn't give a shit about money? Again, she can be bitter and angry and hateful towards me in the end, and then she's just thinking, I guess, that all our bills was that what she gets and I get, and that's it. She never asked me. Just like when Auntie had all her money, she never asked Auntie. You know what I mean? She didn't ask Auntie what was going where, what not, or who I have no idea in the end. Auntie just, after we finally won that lawsuit, remember, but you have to remember, the lawsuit 2 years ago had nothing, all they cared about was the thing with they were going to go after that $53,000 that Auntie had. They were trying to say that because my mom was complaining about her. So you can look at my mom's history and see, hates her sister, loves me to death. Then suddenly at the end hates me and loves her sister. They look at all of that. It's just bullshit. My attorney's going to see it. He's going to see it. He's going to see it. He's going to see it. It's bullshit. But I'm telling you guys first because I'm smart. I can think. And if I'm blocked from finding out, over the phone, mind you, but I wasn't able to give a recent transaction. I guess you have to give a recent transaction. How can I give a recent transaction if Auntie did a transaction that I'm not aware of or something? You know what I mean? I can't, so I can't access the online account. I can't give a recent transaction. I'm not saying that all this is being planned, but I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. But fortunately for me, I have so many people who know how I've cried over my mom and because like when I was crying to Crisis, to that guy I had cried and sat there, and we all know you're not abusing your mom. We know how much you care about her and you're advocating for her. Keep being her advocate. I'm like, in this last time, but she hates me, and she says that I took her. This is when I visited my mom in that regular hospital when she was about to be sectioned again, this last time, 3 weeks ago, and I'm crying my eyes out, and the guy in Crisis is like, Laura, I hope I have somebody at my age, when I'm your mom's age, who cares as much. You did the right thing. Yeah, but she just said, she was a living, breathing being. I took her life from her, and she hates me and will never forgive me. And, you know what I mean? So people know. They know. And as for the money, all the bills were paid. Bought my mom tons of clothes. She has money. If you have money, you're allowed to fucking spend it. You know? No one can say you can't spend it. No one can say you can't spend it. My mom, if she wanted to, can access her 401k and get $10,000 out of it and hand it to me. If she wanted to. You could say, handed you for what? I don't know. She was offering to get me a boob job. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? But she can't turn around now, bitter and angry, and wonder why half of the money that was in the bank a year and a half ago is gone. Not when we have, she's had large dental bills too. But the fact is, she knows I'm on disability and that I only get $1,000 a month. She made me her joint account holder with Auntie's blessing. You understand? Up until recently, when she's hated my guts, she has not asked me at all about the money. She hasn't asked me. She hasn't asked me. She hasn't asked me. And money goes. I was saying to the woman who takes care of Angel, I don't know where the money went. All I know is that I can count for it all. I couldn't account for it all if I gambled $10,000 away, or if I was a druggie, or you know what I mean, anything like that. Or if I bought something for $5,000, some extravagant thing, or went on trips, or no, it's just everyday living. Everyday living. Just because my mom doesn't know how expensive organic food and supplements are, doesn't mean that, I financially exploited her. She knows I'm on disability, and that doesn't go far. We were adding up, me and the woman who takes care of Angel, we got $1,000 for this bed, we got $700 to the lawyer, we've got $1,000 for house insurance, and we've got $1,000 for home repairs that, I'm just saying, close to $1,000 each for that new glass shower door. We got $4,000 right off the top. Okay? $4,000 right off the top. So if we're saying half of that money's gone, if my mom and I together got $2,700 a month, and half the money that then Auntie gave us, half of it's gone, we've got $4,000 right off the top that I can account for. And then, just to say off the top, and I know the vet bills were atrocious between Angel and Omar, and my mom will do anything for those dogs. My mom, we used to talk about it. I used to say, if Auntie's your power of attorney, she won't even let you save your dog's life, I remember when my mom was in the mental hospital and did the Angel's former foster person. My mom, Angel had a vet bill, and my mom misunderstood, thought it was for $2,000, okay? And I always want to point out $60,000 401k that all was going to go to me if anything happened to my mom, okay? So it's not like she doesn't have that money to fall back on. I just want to stress that, because everybody always says, even Auntie says, that you're going to get, in the end, I never expected to get it, and like I said, I was trying to get my mom to sell off everything, which would include that everything, and go into assisted living, because she decided she hated me, and I knew she couldn't live alone, and I'm trying to protect her in the whole 9 yards, okay? But anyway, she was crying to me. Remember, my aunt, oh, by the way, if my aunt cared about my mom so much, like I said, would she ever call my mom up when my mom's locked up and helpless and whatnot, and be bitching and complaining about me and yelling at my mom when my mom told me that, so this is bullshit. The history is, my mom goes from hating or loving whoever, hating her sister, turning to her, it's bullshit. It's bullshit, okay? In the end here, because remember, her sister's whispering in her ear, she's getting worse and worse. She knows that I had suggested assisted living. I'm sure her sister neglects to say, yeah, a couple months ago I told Laura that you're going to wind up, you belong in a nursing home. And now Auntie's going to show my mom texts or whatnot that I say she's going to wind up a ward of the state when she rejected. And again, Auntie texts, I want nothing to do with it, nothing to do with the healthcare proxy. I'm done. I'm busy, Laura. I have my own life, my own family. You take care of it. Never was there a stipulation where I'm under scrutiny that I have to watch every penny and I have to account for every penny that we are spending here in this household as mother and daughter who love each other. Okay? Never. So, you know what? Whatever. Because I see right through Auntie's bullshit. Right through it. She turned on me the second I didn't bow down to her. I wasn't bowing down to her because she was putting me down for caring about my mom. Because Auntie doesn't give a shit. Okay? Auntie, I am a head case and I'm a nut case if I'm concerned that my mom's over-medicated. Yeah, because you don't give a shit. No. This ain't flying. But I might have to talk to my attorney in person, which means he needs to put his foot down with Auntie. This is a situation, landlord-tenant. She can't view it that she can shut these goddamn heat and electricity, utilities off on me, or barge in here whichever she wants. She's actually a landlord, by the way. She's relatively rich, okay? she always would say to me, it's funny because she's two-faced, you know, everyone could say, oh, she's not after my mom's estate or whatnot, she's plenty of money of her own, but when they were going to go after her $53,000, I have a letter from her, you know, Laura, I really don't have that much money, and it's just bullshit. Auntie hates you if you know, she, like I said, I'm a godsend. You don't cause your mom's breakdowns. I can show all these texts to my lawyer, okay? But Auntie needs to be told she's not allowed to fucking come in here whenever she wants to, so I will feel safe to leave. No, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Total bullshit. Now, if they're planning this major friggin' lawsuit against me, then I probably will have to hand over to Auntie every last penny, and she wins, because she's Satan. She wins. I will have to leave here basically with the clothes on her back, or just stay here at her, where I don't want to be this winter. But at least I got to tell the world, right? Because I won't be a bit surprised when my lawyer finds out everything. I was thinking, you know, I know how Auntie is. That's what Karen was warning me. You don't know what she's up to. Yeah, now I know. They're gonna try to put me in prison or something. They're gonna turn around and, like I said, I don't see how they can. I don't see how that they can take as the gospel truth, even like when she called that old coworker or whatnot, because she never reached out to them. She had ample opportunity. They kept calling. She had ample opportunity to say X, Y, and Z, and she could say, well, I didn't know the money was gone. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm here taking care of you. It doesn't matter if you don't know what anything costs or whatnot. If I'm here taking care of my mom, I do not have to ask her permission to spend every penny. I mean, I don't have to ask her permission on every penny I spend. She's elderly. I'm her caregiver. I'm here, and she would have been dead if it weren't for me, probably, all this crap, okay, that lots of people know. So Auntie can play her little game, but fortunately for me, I have ample character witnesses who have heard me crying my eyes out. Like that woman down the street said, nobody knows what goes on in that house but you. You know? Whatever. I thought that Auntie would have to just go through the regular legal channels to, no, she's not going to be satisfied. She wants me on my knees at her mercy. She's going to try to, she's joining forces with Eldesters, I'm sure. That's why the text I got, they were going to, no, she was planning all of this. She wanted nothing to do with anything. She sets me up for the fall, and then she's a snake. You know, she's just... What bullshit. What fucking bullshit. Whatever. Like Joe says, hope Satan, call you Aunt up, say Merry Christmas, and you're sure Satan will bring her something good this year. That's what they're planning, I can guarantee you. Do I know for sure? No. But I'm just saying, she didn't take my name off the joint account, but how could she have possibly made it that I wouldn't be able to even find out about the joint account? She'd have to get some court thing or something. Because one joint account holder cannot, you get it? A joint account holder, if she's taken over as my mom, right? I'm just being smart here, because I know how to think. I could not go into that joint account. That's the one that I closed off, right? But it's all still there. I couldn't go into that joint account and say, I need you to block my co-partner, right? I would never be able to do that. Why is Auntie able to do that now? Why is she able to do that? Because there's something going on where they've done something that, and I don't see how they can, where they're going to accuse me that I'm a monster and I'll take this elderly person's Social Security and pension and all this crap. That's what she had to have done. Because there's no way in hell she could have, any other way she could have, she can close the account as I can close the account, But of course, I would have never closed off that account. I kept it open to pay the bills, and I would never close that account, okay? But yeah, she did something, because there's no way in hell I would be blocked from knowing about that account. They said you have to go in person. But then again, it could simply be that I wasn't able to say a recent transaction. If I did any recent transactions that I'm not aware of, it could just be that. Because I told them, I said, well, this might not be the most recent transaction because my aunt explained the situation, and I just deposited $1,000 with that account, and then they transferred me over to somebody who was asking me public record questions. I don't know. It's all bullshit. They're like, we're not able to verify. You have to go in person. Which I won't do, of course, because I know my aunt is probably like, whatever. But I can't imagine she could legally stop me from going in there. And if my name's still on it. Why didn't she take my name off of it? Why didn't she close it out? Probably because my mom's pension, Social Security going there. And I'm just trying to find out if the checks are going to bounce, just so you know. So I can let, when it takes care of Angel, know, like, you know, my mom's sister did this. My mom is she in cohorts with the elder services. The same ones, mind you, because this tells me about life, the same ones who were going after her. Okay? Because they had nothing on me a couple of years ago. They threw us in for good measure. The money. They were going after the money. There'd never been anything like that. Because my mom turned viciously against her sister, and her sister turned it back on me, and then the government, that's why I would never try to fight. I already told my attorney. I just wanted to know what my legal rights are in this situation, because it's supposed to be, according to online, that a joint account, it's considered equal money. But if they're going to turn around, because like I said, my aunt wants me in prison. She's, believe me, she's ruthless. She's ruthless. But see, I have enough proof and enough character witnesses and whatnot that it isn't going to fly. I don't think. Anyway, I don't see how. I didn't get the mail yesterday. But it's just bullshit. I mean, obviously, how bad could I be if I'm supposedly abusive towards my mother, verbally, whatnot, that my mom, Marion calls me a godsend several months ago. My mom goes into these mental hospitals, and I find out from strangers, oh, your mom does nothing but talk about how wonderful you are. And they all trusted me, including Auntie, with the joint account. And Auntie knows I'm not very good with money, that I spend money or whatnot, that I don't. She knows we did a granic and whatnot. She joked about it. I'm going to tell all this to my attorney if it comes down to it, if they're going to play this game. She joked about it. Yeah, it's all in your hands now, Laura, and if you guys spend it all on organic food, then so what? It just means your money will be gone and you'll have to live on a budget. It's just fucking money. It's fucking money that I knew would either all go to me if something happened to my mom, or would all go to the government if my mom wound up in a home. So I'm not going to sit there and watch every penny. I'm not required to. Okay? My mom loves me. She would tell everyone she loved me. When the elder services pounced or whatever because of something that my mom, when she was turning on me for no reason, or went on and called that old co-worker X, Y, and Z and says X, Y, and Z, but then she winds up in another mental, it doesn't matter. Auntie, I can prove that Auntie says you are not the cause of your mom's breakdowns any more than I was. When I had to put your mom in the hospital, I became the half-sister and evil and all that. Now you know how I feel. Now you know how I feel. Yeah. But there was no one like me to influence my mom when she was, whatever, okay? And now it's future. It's just several months later. You are the cause of all your mom's breakdowns. You are the biggest stress in your mom's life. Your mom hasn't been the same since you get it? No. It doesn't fly. It's not I'm not the cause of all my mom's breakdowns, and 7 months later I am. Life doesn't work that way, Auntie, okay? So you can try your little shit, and you can pull the wool over everyone's eyes, but you're not pulling the wool over certain people, you know, in my life who care about me and know the truth, right? Now, I don't know. I'm thinking all this that might not be true. I mean, could it go that far that they're going to come after me and say X, Y, and Z based on just ridiculous? But my mom, in the end, I don't know. I don't trust anything in this life. I don't trust Auntie as far as I can throw her, of course. She's pissed because her whole thing, because she gave me a heads up, and I turned it down, her little offer, which I'll tell my attorney, and she gave me the heads up. Otherwise, if she had just done all this behind my back, I basically would have gone one day and saw that you know, that she had closed out that account, that I couldn't access it anymore. The only reason I could think that she didn't close this one is because it's my mom's Social Security and pension, and it's a small amount, and she saw that I kept it open. And I don't know why she didn't close it. I just know that she didn't. But she changed everything so I can't access it. So, in person, I'm not going to try it. Why would I? Why would I? Am I going to walk in there knowing that she said all kinds of horrible things about me? Is it worth it to me to know what the deal is? I think, as far as I know, if they still accept my Social Security number, it's open, but she did something. It could just be that, I don't know. They were having me answer questions from public records. See, so obviously, I don't know if that's simply because I couldn't give a recent transaction, even though I gave my social and everything else, or if it's because Auntie's saying all kinds of crap. Auntie can say anything and be believed, remember. I don't know. I don't know. I know that I've told a lot of people, and they know, Selena knew anyway. She's like, all your mom talked about was if you did move out, if we, you know, my mom wasn't hating me, but if we decided we couldn't live together or whatnot, how much she wanted to help you out and this, that, or whatever. So I have all kinds of people who know how much my mom loves my dog, loves her dog. Oh, I went back to that hospital. Yeah, my mom accidentally said to Auntie, this is back when Auntie had all the control, okay, was the power of attorney and everything, had all the money, all the control, that my mom was crying to me, yeah. Auntie says to me, you know, Samantha, dogs don't live forever, because my mom had accidentally said that the vet bill was $2,000 instead, and it was actually only $200. But that's what Auntie said, you know. So, all Auntie cares about is money. Auntie's pissed that she didn't have me on my knees at her mercy, you know, and she still might. For all I know, if it's just Auntie, then but if she's going to try to concoct this whole thing and get all the services involved and accuse me of all this crap and whatnot, my lawyer might say, yeah, sorry, Laura, you have to leave basically there with the clothes on your back, or just force my aunt to evict me so I can at least save up a few thousand, and she can't turn the heat and electricity off. My common sense tells me that. And that's it. I'm not voluntarily handing that money over to her. It says online. It's considered equal. If you have a joint account with somebody, and Auntie knows damn well we opened the joint account with her blessing, okay? Because my mom keeps winding up at these hospitals and someone has to pay the bills now that Auntie's not responsible anymore. It's not rocket science, okay? So, again, I can count for every penny. I can account for every penny. You know what I mean? And there's nothing extravagant. The extravagant thing was my trip to LA, but that wasn't a vacation. And it was with my mom's blessing. I had to call her up and have her send me more money, and she did it in a heartbeat because she loves me. You know what I mean? She's aware that my income's very, very low. I'm on disability. And there was no mine and yours. It was ours. She's my elderly mother. I'm caring for her. I'm a live-in unpaid caregiver. Okay? or live-in unpaid caregiver who has a joint account and who has no restrictions on what I was spending. You know, I was spending it for us to live good. Both of us. Organic food is super expensive. That's why Joe does organic. He knows. Joe has a real good job. And I lived with him for 3 months, and I found out, he's like, yeah, it's important for him for his health. All of my, he's like, oh, yeah, tons and tons and tons of my money goes to my health, organic food and supplements. Okay? That's what Joe told me. But my mom can't just suddenly be upset that the money's gone. And it's her mental illness causing her. But you understand? When she's well, she's not going to care. I shouldn't have told her. But did I ever think that this was going to happen? No. I told her because she was asking me, and I was afraid that she would find out for herself when she was, you know, in a pissy mood or whatnot in front of people and be like, but they wound up happening anyway because I did tell her, and now she gets to go in the mental hospital hating me, and now it's going to be, she took all my money. And she's believed because they believe what they want to believe. But remember, they were after Auntie big time a couple of years ago. I was thrown in for good measure, that's it. Thrown in for good measure. It wasn't my mom reporting me, it was Auntie turning the tables on me. You know, my cousin, you know, was forcing, you know what I mean? You know all that shit. But they just threw me in for good measure. There's an abusive dynamic in the family between the aunt, the daughter, and the mom, you know, so that's what it said. So they were after Auntie. They were accusing her of financial exploitation. In the end, it was determined that my auntie had something signed. Their whole big thing, because remember, I need to stress this over and over. That's why Joe's like, if you're watching this, Auntie, he says to you, I hope, tell Merry Christmas, and he's sure Satan's going to bring you something real good this year, Auntie. And if I'm right about what she's planning or whatnot, or if they're planning on joining forces against me and whatever, I don't know. All I know is that when I'm blocked from finding out about the joint account that she kept my name on instead of just closing it, which she should have done, that's just annoying. And I have the 2000 RMD. Like I said, I would never, ever in a million years forge my mom's name. I have a text from Auntie saying about the healthcare proxy. I can show this to my attorney. She wanted me to forge my mom's name on the healthcare proxy. That's Auntie's attitude towards my mom or whatnot, and I would never do that, and I would never forge the name on that. Ever, ever, ever would I have done that. You understand? Because I don't do anything illegal. Me taking the money from this joint account I had with my mom's not illegal. I need to stress that. You can look online. It doesn't matter who puts in what. It does not matter. It's considered a joint account, equal access, equal whatever. It says in many instances you may be able to get some of the money back, but it requires legal action. No one can accuse me of doing anything illegal. And I would have never, ever, 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 ever. I wouldn't even, I'm going to tell you something. I'm smart. I would never even forge my mom's name on that thing and put it into her bank account and keep it there. You understand? And not take it. But sure as fuck wouldn't sign it and then take the money. That's a criminal, you know? If I forged my mom's name on that check and deposited it and took it, I would never do that. But I have a text from Auntie regarding the healthcare proxy. Of course I didn't. She's like, oh yeah, I sent a new one. I don't want to have anything to do with the healthcare proxy anymore, and I sent you one in the mail. She sent me one in the mail that I filled. Why? I can fill out my own because and then she's like, just sign your mom's name on it. Recommending that I forge my mom's name on the new healthcare proxy. No. What kind of bullshit is that anyway? Why would she even say just sign your mom's name on it when it needs 2 witnesses? She texted me that though, and she didn't put herself as an alternate. She wanted nothing to do with anything. Yeah, she backs off when my mom adores me, and she waits for the time when my mom hates me, and then then she does this. But I have a bad feeling she's planning to do even more. Bad feeling. I just don't think under the circumstances she'll get away with it. Whatever, my attorney needs to set her straight. She has to treat herself like a landlord. The fact that she is a landlord really puzzles me, why she would think she can just turn this heat and electricity off on me just because she wants to. She knows as a landlord you have to deal with shit. You have to deal with tenants who don't pay you anything, and you have to take them to court, and if it's winter, you have to, the eviction, you can't do it. What makes her think she could do that? And then when I advise her, I think, what did I say? I told you what I said. All I said was, you should wait. I think you should wait until I talk to my attorney so I can find out what my rights are. I'm turning it off on Monday, and you need to put it in your name, period. There was no and I'm also her conservative. Auntie's loving every minute of this. Remember, I'm the fault that they went after precious Auntie for that $53,000 that she had every right to take because her and her sister had agreement, but other people say, well, you were her power of attorney at the time, and she made that agreement, yes, and then more people say, well, maybe it was legal but not ethical. Why can't you help your mentally ill sister just out of the goodness of your heart? Because Marion does nothing out of the goodness of her heart, okay? And whatever bullshit they try to do, okay, it's one thing if, like it says, but if they try to say all this crap, and I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I'm just concerned that Marion kept my name on the friggin' joint account, but then I'm blocked from knowing anything about it. And then if I walk into the branch, I don't know what would happen. That I don't like. She didn't have to keep my name on it. She could have just closed it out. And but then she didn't want to do that because my mom's pension and Social Security would be held or whatnot. So what? You can afford to pay it, and then you can get it onto you. You're the guardian. It doesn't matter. You're kind of rich. But she wasn't going to do that. She's keeping my name on it. I don't like that. But whatever. I don't trust her. I don't know what she's planning. All I know is that I have tons of character witnesses, tons of people, including professional people who I cried my eyes out. What are we going to do? My mom falsely believes she can live alone. I'm not saying this so I have to stay with her. I'm packing. I was packing. And then she came to me. She changed her mind. She doesn't hate me. We're good for each other. She doesn't like going to the store by herself. Last time we went to the grocery store, I let her just sit and read magazines, and I did all the shopping, and then I couldn't even find her afterwards. Because she'd wandered off. The fact is, I was given, with Auntie, all the responsibility. Auntie gets to sit back and just whatever, and then she gets to step in and save the day and be the good. That's why, and be the good sister and whatnot, and make me out to be just scum and a monster. It's just so sick. But I have people who know the truth. Okay. People who know the truth. I have texts that show that Auntie, if she liked me supposedly, or just, we weren't enemies, it's one thing. If she doesn't like me, it's the complete opposite, and that's just insanity. Something doesn't change just because you like somebody or not, you understand? That life doesn't work that way. Okay? I'm not a godsend and not the cause of all my mom's breakdowns and etc. When Auntie likes me, and the cause of all my mom's breakdowns, etc. when Auntie doesn't like me. Life doesn't work that way. Only for irrational, insane people does life work that way. That's why Karen wrote, your Auntie's irrational. I know. It's just ridiculous. I don't personally think my aunt really cares about my mom. And I base that on whatever. I base it on you don't call up someone in a mental hospital just got sent to the emergency and then spent 3 days in a regular hospital with 105 temperature and this, that, whatever. And instead of asking how you feeling, how you doing, bitch and complain about their daughter that, that you fought with or whatnot. You don't do that to someone in a mental hospital. Period. I told my mom nothing about Auntie's little thing. I would never do that because I care about my mom and I'm not going to, she's locked up in a mental hospital. My little tiffs with Auntie and who's a fucking bitch, I don't need to do, but Auntie does. And then my mom will tell me, all she does is bitch and complain about you. I'm thinking, she calls you up while you're locked up in a mental hospital to bitch and complain about me. Is that show caring, people? Is that a loving, concerned person? No, it's bullshit. I don't believe Auntie gives one flying fuck about my mom. And I have numerous people I was trying to do everything in my power to help my mom and whatnot. But if Auntie can join forces with elder services to make me crawl, to have me leave basically with the clothes on my back, to have me be stuck here for these next 3 months, while I save up a pitiful amount of money so my dog and I are on the street with nothing. If that's how it goes, if she's going to join forces and make up all this shit with elder services and that's going to be like this big thing against me or whatnot, and my attorney says, you're going to have to turn over all that, then whatever, seriously. I'm so fucking sick of this existence, whatever. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit, so, that's why Joe says. That's why Joe says, tell your aunt that you're sure Satan will be bringing her some nice present this year. Auntie wants me on my knees. It's not enough for her that she gained complete control. And she does. I was thinking about this because I'm like, well, if my mom was going to be in a nursing home, what's in it for Auntie? Because there always has to be something in it for Auntie. But I forgot, she's still, if someone's in a nursing home, the nursing home doesn't get all the, just like if the government, if you're a ward of the state, Auntie would still be my mom's conservator and guardian, right? So she would still be paid. She has to be paid, So she got everything. She took everything from me. It was what she wanted all along. And in the end, yeah, she's not going to be happy unless she gets absolutely everything and has me leaving here practically with the clothes on my back. I can guarantee you. She's plotting something. I know it. And if it was just her, it'd be one thing, but if she's going to say, she has smeared my name, made me out to be scum. Such bullshit. Yeah, that's the thing. I haven't spent it, so I took it. I'm glad I did, but I haven't spent it. And I took it because I could do it legally, and it says in many instances you may be able to get some of the money back, but it requires legal action. remember any of these reports. When do they happen? The elder services or whatnot? They're few and far between, but when do they happen? The one with the co-worker when my mom's completely out of her mind? They happen when my mom is like really in the middle of a breakdown or whatnot. And I don't have the patience of a saint, you know? When those cops came that time, they looked right at me. They could see, they even commented, the place is spotless. And I said, yeah, the elder services called my mom and she screamed at them, you're not getting in my fucking house, it's going to my daughter, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, she called an old co-worker and was saying all X, Y, and Z, someone she hasn't talked to in 8 years, she's very, very sick. And he's like, I can look at her and see she's not abused. He's like, you were in the bathroom, and I'm looking, and she's like, whatever. So he's like, he knew. He also said verbal abuse is not criminal, but he knew, you know? He knows that nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, okay? But this is not a situation where I, like, yell at my mom all the time. And this recent one, like I said, this recent was I was just catering to every whim. Okay. You think I yelled at her when she screamed at the top of her lungs at me at the eye place that she didn't have cataracts when she does have cataracts, or when I was filling out her form and I just innocently asked her, or at Macy's when she screamed at me at the top of her lungs, or at the nursing home when she screamed at me at the top of her lungs because I would show her friend a picture of me and my mom and Omar and Angel that I like, that's happier times, and get that picture away from me! Okay, so do you think I yelled at her any of those times? No. When did I not scream at my top of my lungs but scold her in like this kind of voice? When I found out she had taken Angel outside without a leash. Okay? Cannot do that, period. But remember, to her, I should never get upset with her about anything when she's in her mental illness, and she knows she can say anything to anybody and be believed and elicit sympathy and all the crap, okay? Oh, whatever. Whatever. If I have to be left in the end with absolutely nothing, when at the very least my mom, as I said, had wanted me to have half of the remaining money in the bank and $5,000 for almost cataracts, then whatever, you know? I get to tell the world. I get to tell the world, and you can see that Auntie's not some wonderful, caring saint, because Auntie has money, and she did not help her mentally poor, mind you, has no money, mentally ill sister, out of the goodness of her heart, to do that wrongful death lawsuit. They only did it with the agreement. Each put in $1,000 for the lawyer, and if anything ever came of it, they would split the money. And my aunt got it in writing. And 7 years later, it was settled out of court, and my aunt was like, well, I had to put in a lot of work, but my mom did most of it. She has all these affidavits, she hated doing it, she's had to answer question after question after question. I just didn't, but whatever. They agreed to split it. My mom had a right to do it. It was her sister. She was grateful. I never condemned Auntie for doing that. And then all those years later, because my mom was upset that Auntie was controlling all the money, because my mom was upset that Auntie had forced my mom, don't you dare tell your daughter about anything, but Auntie can always say, yeah, I did that because, you know, Laura will bleed or dry. See, Auntie always has an answer, so whatever. But my mom was totally against her sister and wrote that thing, and you think her sister is happy, but she could say, oh, your mom only said that because she's mentally ill. I know. If she says anything against you, it's because she's mentally ill. Anything against me is another story, Auntie. Because remember, my mom wrote it to my cousin, then my cousin got involved or whatever, and that was, you know, but I wish Auntie had died instead of the one who died of pancreatic cancer that my mom adored. My mom and Auntie have never been all that close, okay? My mom would cry to me about it, so don't even think. So in the end, yeah, Auntie got everything. She might even get back all that money in the bank, and I'm left with nothing except the truth and my ability to communicate what I'm doing. Because that's the deal. Auntie is not an advocate for my mom. So I got mad at her when she's getting mad at me for bothering her with my concern over my mom. That's how Auntie's little pseudo-friendship ended a few months ago, back in September, I think. And I said, you're not even an advocate for my mom, and because it's true. Auntie's never sat there and been any kind of advocate the way I have, the way professionals in my mom's life know I have advocated for her, trying to save her. Am I perfect? Do I try to, I don't force her, but yes, I've encouraged her to take things. She wanted me to get her CoQ10, okay? She takes vitamins, so don't sit there. She does supplements too. I would make shakes for us with powder, whatever. So I can account for every penny of the money, but all Auntie's going to say is, because we're going to listen to my, she took all my money. My mom can't do this elaborate thing, and she's hating me. Just like in the regular hospital, Mama, I had no choice but to call. You did have a choice. Mom, you had a UTI and you were not taking your meds. There was nothing wrong with me, and I was taking my meds. See? But that's who's going to be believed, the gospel truth, and I'm going to be accused of financially exploiting her? I mean, it's bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. And I can account for every fucking penny. Okay? And we had a right to live, and my mom never asked me, and my mom never, you know what I mean? She didn't care. She only cares after the fact. What happened to the money? We spent it. No, you spent it. Bullshit. I spent it with your blessing. We spend it on our dogs. They get expensive food, they get Frontline, they get HeartGuard Plus, they have huge vet bills. And also, you spent it willingly with your blessing for me to go to LA and get my stuff and have closure, Mom. You did all this because the money in the bank is not the only money. You have the fucking 401k. And that's all going to go to me anyway if something happens to you. And that's how I looked at it. I have hundreds upon hundreds of pictures that show how close my mom and I have always been, you know. I can count for it all. And it's not sitting in my bank account, you know what I mean? It's not sitting in my bank account. It's not like I withdraw a whole bunch of money and put it in my bank account. Just the final money when Auntie gave me her little ridiculous offer that I wasn't flying with me. I can live here while she, I want to try to make my sister well again. Oh, bullshit. You were already planning in your mind. Remember the text. The elder services got involved, and she's like, yeah, they were going to try to take over again, but they agreed not to if I set up. Oh, fuck you. People who love me see right through your fucking shit, Auntie. You know what? If in the end you leave me with basically the clothes on my back, so you can't evict me in the winter, you just have me trapped here, hating every second of it, while I save up my piddly amount of money to get out of here. But if you do that to me, then, you know, whatever. You'll never have my fucking talent if you're watching this. So, whatever. I have people who are sickened by how you are. And you have tons of people who you have convinced that I'm a total monster who doesn't love my mom. So that's how it often is in this life. Whatever. Whatever. My attorney's going to come in tomorrow and get tons of emails and messages from me. And be like, holy fucking shit, what's going on now? He knows my mom wanted to put her house in my name. The only reason she didn't get around to doing that was because we had to get the elder services off her back first, which the attorney did. Because he spoke in person with my mom. We had to get the elder services off her backs. And then, unfortunately, my mom had to go into the hospital. So we didn't have a chance to do anything. And then she was discharged in a horrible condition that, you know... Oh, no, that was before. No, we went and saw this attorney when my mom wasn't in the best condition. That was just to get the elder services off our back. And then we were toying with the idea, but she'd been saying for a long time to put about putting the house in my name. And in the very end, we were talking about selling the house and moving away. Selena can vouch for that because I wrote to Selena. And I'm like, yeah, my mom's finally seeing the light or whatnot, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. And lo and behold, I was forced to do the right thing and get her the help she needed, and that was all she wrote, right? This is the end result. Where my mom, when she was well and loved me, would have never wanted me to be fucked over, where Omar and I would have to just leave with nothing, and that's exactly probably what's going to happen. Probably. It's probably what's going to happen. But regardless, she has to go through the courts to evict me, so. And she has to pay all the bills. Except I won't have a computer. Or you know, I won't have TV or computer. It just suck, but I'm in no position to leave if I have no money, you know. I don't know, we'll have to see what my attorney says, right? I knew, of course, Auntie was going to shut the you know, the stuff that, but when she tried to pull her little, I got it, I'm shutting the heat and electricity. I already reported her. My friend Blanche, I've known forever, all the way back in the, you know, Chad Kruger delusional days, back when I was living, when this all began. Blanche was like, you need to report her. I already did. The woman down the street is pissed off, and she's going to report her to the proper people too, but Matt should know better. That's the thing. She's a landlord herself. She should know better. She can't do this. She should know better, because when my mom was appointed that temporary guardian and conservator back when we didn't know when my mom was getting out of the mental hospital, unbeknownst to me, my mom had to go to another mental hospital right after she got out of that one who violated her HIPAA rights. I didn't know until Auntie and I both showed up in court. It took me all fucking day to get there, but I was going to do it because I was oh my God, my mom can't wait, this is awful. They want to put my mom in a nursing home, oh my God. And that's all I was thinking about. And then Auntie was like, you want her letter, because all she keeps thinks about is money, when she left it the next morning, was, you don't want to lose your rightful inheritance, Laura, blah, blah, blah. Nothing about concern for my mom, because that shows where Auntie's mind always is, money, money, money. And we need to join forces, Laura. I'm not your enemy, and you need to not leave your mom's house. You need to stay there. Don't be afraid. They have to pay all the bills, and you can just live there. Make them evict you. And now, 2 years later, she's in a situation where she's my mom's guardian conservator, and she thinks she can turn the heat and electricity off on me and force me to put them in my name, which I don't think I'm allowed to do anyway, here in Massachusetts and under these particular circumstances. See, she's just so hell-bent on bringing me to my knees that she's not thinking clearly. And I brought it up to her. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't turn off the heat and electricity until you give me a chance to talk to my attorney so I can find out what my rights are. Monday morning, I'm turning it off. You need to put it in your name. I'm also her conservator. Ha, ha, ha. Holding it, see? Just power. I could see it. The power-hungry tone comes, the giddiness comes right through the fucking text, people. Comes right through the text. The giddiness. The giddiness on the part of my aunt that she was able to do all this, but she's pissed that she didn't also have me go to that huge joint account and find out she'd already done it. She's pissed at that. So I don't know what she's plotting and planning, but fortunately for me, I have a lot of professionals who know the truth. I don't know if it'll be enough, because those elder services are vultures. They proved that before, but I just find it so ironic that they were after my aunt big time 2 years ago, and if they're going to join forces now after me, to go after me for such a piddly amount of money, but no, they're going to I don't know what they're plotting and planning. I just don't trust them. But anyway, see? This was her final text, and then I changed my phone number because I don't want to hear from her. Even Karen said, why should you talk to her? She can talk through your attorney. But you need to put the utilities in your name. Monday, I'm also her conservator. I'm also your mom's conservator, but she uses the word her, of course. Just authoritative, huh? She should know better. She's a landlord. That's what I can't get. She shouldn't be that ignorant to think she can force me to do this. I don't know what she's thinking. Yeah. Verbally abusive. It's such bullshit. I'm not perfect. I've talked to people. They know. No one is. Like the woman, my friend over there, she's like, who is perfect? If my mom hated me so much, it's just bullshit. It's just such bullshit, people. I'm dealing with a severely mentally ill person. I deal with her the best that I can. This is not a case where I'm like, but Auntie will make it out to be anything. Oh, you're sick and you're a fucking bitch. What's wrong? Oh my God. Bullshit. It's bullshit. But Auntie can say anything, you understand? Auntie can say anything she wants. That's what my neighbor friend said. You're like, you don't know what she went in there and said to instantly get guardianship and conservatorship. She's saying everything. She's saying I'm financially exploiting my mom. She's saying everything. And meanwhile, my mom's a little kid, pissed off at me that I had to call 911 just like she used to be pissed off at Auntie. And she took all my money. I know what's happening. It's sick. It's beyond sick. Fortunately for me, I have not only friends and I have professionals in her life who witnessed firsthand what I was trying to do for her. This is sick. Auntie wanted nothing to do with anything. I was set up. I was set up to take the fall if my mom inevitably turned on me like she's repeatedly turned on Auntie. I mean, oh my God, so sick. So sick. It is so sick, people. I didn't want to, she wasn't that sick. Oh, when I wrote all this, she'd be like, yeah, whatever. Of course you're going to write, yeah, whatever, because you are giddy with the power, Auntie. You are giddy with the power. I have so much proof that you are just two-faced. You are fucking something else. I said, you're so full of it, Auntie. I haven't done anything wrong. My mom isn't even here. How the fuck could the elder service have been called on me when my mom is locked up and out of her mind? Who the fuck gave you my number? I blocked it last night when I called you. It's all total bullshit. And my lawyer knows the truth. That's exactly what you did to me behind my back. So don't think you're fooling anybody. I can't wait to tell my lawyer this latest bullshit where somebody supposedly called elder service on me when I haven't been around my mom and did nothing but desperately try to help her when she was home this last time. And Auntie's response was, yeah, whatever. See? Joe says, he knows, he's sure Satan's going to give you a real good present this year, Auntie. Oh, where's my fucking paperwork I wrote? She's coming in the mail. And I wrote, I'll ask my lawyer what my rights are. She thinks, I don't know what she's thinking, because again, she's a landlord. She should know this is not a different situation just because she became my mom's guardian and servitor. I don't know what she's thinking. She's giddy with power. That's what she is. Giddy with fucking power. Then I wrote, I'm going to ask my lawyer how you were able to do this just like that when my mom was locked up. My lawyer will tell me what my rights are in this situation, bitch, not you. This is so, she's loving every fucking minute of it. Again, I have people who love me who know the truth, you fucking cunt, if you're watching this. So, whatever. Whatever. Laura, I became your mother's guardian, so she cannot refuse to seek medical help when she goes off her meds or has a medical problem. Your mother's not doing well. Yeah, no shit, she's not doing well, auntie. And I know she's not easily just deciding that she hates her daughter and never wants to see her daughter again. That has to be affecting my mom in some way, I'm sure. But she's so bitter and angry and this, that, and locked up in there and blaming me, but... And then Auntie goes, also, the elder services were called. Yeah, by you probably. Or by you talking to the hospital and to my mom and listening, taking the gospel truth, everything my mom says while she's hating me, while she's whatever. Just like many months ago, Auntie was saying, yeah, your mom says to these, that's what my mom always said that. Your mom says to these hospitals she would be fine if I didn't yell at her all the time. Oh my God.